Hey guys, so I forgot to record an intro for this video, but this is my top skins of League of Legends, the skins that I consider to be the best skins in the game. This is all based on my opinion, and whatever, let's just start. See ya. So my criteria for judging is basically comprised of 3 components, and they all highly consider the price tag of the skin, of course. The first one would be model quality. The detail of the model, how well it looks, how much it's improved from the original model, which I think is a big component of why I put certain skins so highly up. And the second one is animation quality, spell effects, and voice effects, or voiceovers or whatever, but some of them are just effects. I know that one's kind of full of 3 different things, like spell effects, animations, and voice is all kind of separate, but I just kind of clumped them together. And then the third one would be theme fit and execution, so how well the theme that they chose for the champion fits and how well it's actually executed, because some skin themes are really cool, but they don't look as good as you kind of imagined. And I know that's kind of a personal thing, so of course this whole list is personal. So now that you know why I made these choices or what my criteria was, let's begin the damn list. So at number 10 I have God King Garen. It is a legendary, so of course it kind of has that upper hand in a lot of things, but so Garen's model is actually pretty decent. The classic, it's not, and especially for its age, I guess. But the God King Garen skin's model is definitely an upgrade, and it definitely looks cool. It has a lot of nice detail, like the lion shoulder pads, the little gems, the textures on the armor. I'm looking over to the actual model just so the way that his shoulder pads have that drapery. The crown is really cool. All in all, I think it's like very well done. It's not like the best I've ever seen or anything, but it's a good quality model, which you expect with legendary. So the animations though, I think is where this skin really shines. Like the way that he splits his sword, the way that he walks, and the way his spells look. It's just what sets him apart. The animation is really high quality. I just think it's super sick how when he W's, I think it's his W, when he spins, he like tears his sword into 2, and then he spins with the 2 dual blades, which is kind of like King, what's his name? Varian, I think, from World of Warcraft. But yeah, so I just think that's really sick. And then the theme fits him obviously excellently, and the theme is pretty cool. Although I feel like, yes, it fits him so perfectly that it's almost like, because, well, I guess Darius isn't a king, but for some reason he already has that nobility, so it's just kind of taking that nobility and taking it and multiplying it like a bajillion times, because it's making him a fucking god king, not only a king but a god. So yeah, it's just taking something that the themes that are kind of already there and then amplifying them, which is cool. But I like themes that kind of put them in a whole nother universe, and I know that some people may disagree, but that's my opinion. Number 11 is Eclipse Leona. Whichever one you want, the lunar eclipse or the solar eclipse, they're both really great high quality skins. So I love this skin, but because it's a legendary, it's sort of like, no shit, it's hella good. So the price is definitely worth it for a legendary. It has a really high quality model. I mean, just look at how the old one looks compared to this model. The Garen one was less significant, I think, and this one's more significant, which is why I placed it higher than Garen's, is because the model is such a big upgrade. The face looks so much cleaner, all the armor looks really nice, it has a ton of detail, the hair, this skin just has great detail. The armor actually looks like metal, which is something that God King Garen I think doesn't have as well. Like if the God King Garen's armor looked a little more like armor and less kind of stony, like stone, which I'm not sure if, I can't remember if it's supposed to look like stone. But regardless, I think the textures were a little too smooth on the Garen skin, whereas Leona definitely has the texture, she has the detail, her animations look great, like her movement, like her actual animation in terms of the model animations, not like spell effect animations, but her spell effects look amazing. The way that she changes when she ults is fucking incredible, and I also think that Garen's skin was kind of missing that, but that's another thing. The skin is great. It has an awesome theme. Again, this theme is obviously another one that like fits so perfectly, but this one, it's almost like an alternative universe that you've been kind of wanting to see, where the God King the God King Garen one is sort of something that was a little unexpected, but ultimately fit him really well. I just think that the theme fits her, amplified her fantasy a lot more than the God King Garen one. I don't actually own this skin, but because I don't play Leona, but it's definitely one of those skins that is high quality. If you own it, good for you. Number 10, and see, this is where it sort of becomes like, what the fuck, how is a 1350 skin above a legendary, or epic skins, that's what they're called. Well, I'll explain. So number 10 is Coven Lissandra. So the reason she's so high up is because, like I said, ultimately what I'm basing this off of is the price and the sort of improvement of the original model. And I just think that this skin has improved so much on the original model. So the model for this skin is absolutely incredible, and it's just a 1350, yet it changes the model so much. It turns her from like this Iceborn to a human looking witch, I guess. It's incredibly gorgeous. The hair looks amazing, the textures look great, the dress and the chromas it comes with is awesome. Like, if you don't like this color scheme or like how the dress looks, you can always look at the chromas. But the original itself is fucking incredible. The animations, the back animation, the effects look amazing. The way that when she Qs, she's like conjuring a sword or like a bunch of blades, and it has that little rune effect. And then when she W's, the same thing, and the animations are incredible. The model is incredible, and it's only a 1350 skin, so I definitely think it's one of those skins where you really get what you pay for. And then, of course, how could I forget the theme? The theme is incredible, one of the best themes that they've come up with in a while, and it fits Lissandra so well, and it takes her to an alternative universe that's believable. It's not some weird crazy, like if she was like Candyland Lissandra and she was all happy and shit, that would be a 360 for her, or a 180 I guess, but that would also be cool to see. But I just think this took her to an alternative universe that fits her incredibly well, and they executed it extremely well, which is why it's above Leona and Garen, who are legendaries. So number 9 is Dawnbringer Ribbon, another legendary. I'm sorry, but I mean, what do you expect? I think legendaries are probably one of the biggest worth it skins, just because they usually upgrade a champion so much. But number 9 is Ribbon, Dawnbringer Ribbon, for a very good reason. I mean, first of all, the model is such an upgrade. Look at the original, how clunky it is, the silhouette is kind of off. The way that she moves in the original, which is part of the second criteria, but it's just kind of clunky in general, and when you play her, it doesn't feel as comfortable because of that. But with this skin, everything looks smooth. The model looks amazing, super detailed. The armor looks like armor. The sword looks awesome. She has a transformation that also looks great. And then the animations, spell effects, and the voice is incredible. The animations look absolutely amazing. One of the biggest reasons this skin is up here is because her Q, when she like spins, when she jumps and does that little spin, it's animated so well. Like, it's not just cool the way they did it, but like the way the skill in the animation is there for sure. It's amazing. And then the spell effects along with it look incredible. And then the theme is very different, not something that you would necessarily expect for her, but it was like it's a very, very cool theme, and they executed it extremely well. So it fit her really well because they did such a good job. And I think with her lore and all that, and the kind of person she is, Dawnbringer Ribbon is like a really good redemption sort of skin for her. So yeah, I just think this skin is such a great skin, and it's really because of the animation and model improvements that those are just incredible in terms of, you know, the rest of the skins compared to them. And number 8, High Noon Lucien. This skin is fucking sick. So the original model is a good model, so it isn't necessarily like such a big upgrade from that. But the new model for the legendary skin is really good. The way that he has like the demon hand and the demon gun, and then he has like the golden hand and this kind of pure gun, that's really cool. The hat, the cloak, the arm and the armor on his shoulders is really awesome. So the model is decent. It's good, it's excellent, but what I mean is, like, compared to some of the other ones, what really puts it up here is the transformation when he ults and the spell effects and animations. So this skin, I remember seeing it and I was like, oh, that's cool. The theme is cool, it fits him well. I like the theme. It's not like an amazing theme. We already had High Noon skins, but then they took, and I like how they like added the demon sort of element to it, which definitely made the theme a lot better, because it used to be just a simple sort of cowboy theme. But I think what really takes this skin above and beyond is the animations and the way that they handled them. His E looks incredible. His Q and the way he moves his guns after he does a spell or after he auto attacks, it's just awesome. And then not to mention his ultimate is so fucking sick. The way he like basically transforms completely into a demon and he's like firing off these hell shots is fucking awesome, and that's why this skin is number 8. So number 7 is Star Guardian Ari, and to some people they'll be like, what the fuck, but hear me out. Look at her old model. It looks horrendous in terms of textures at least, and noodleness and stuff. It's just such a big upgrade in terms of the model quality. There's nice detail on the Star Guardian skin. It is another legendary, so you do kind of expect that. The hair looks great, the boots, everything reads very clear, which is super important. And then of course there's the whole animation things. Kiko's adorable. The way that she moves is so much better because I play Ari a lot, and her other skins that don't have the legendary feel super stiff. The way she auto attacks and stuff, her movements are very stiff, and I think that the Star Guardian one has improved that so much. For example, the Lucien skin, his original model doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel clunky and weird and gross to actually play it. So when you get an improvement, same thing with the Ribbon one. Well, the Ribbon one is the same case where it has such a big improvement. In fact, I might even switch the places of Ribbon and Lucien because of that. But because you get so much improvement from not only visually, but gameplay wise, it feels smoother. The only thing is that it is supposedly a nerf because you can tell when she's ulting. Other than that, though, the spell effects are awesome, and the fact that she actually has like how she goes all pink and weird when she ults is a bonus, but not competitively, I guess. But visually, it's really cool. And then the theme obviously fits her super well. Like any kind of cutesy theme will fit Ari really well. Although I'm hoping that they make like a badass skin, because she's kind of had enough of those like pretty skins and I kind of want to see a different one. But the theme fits her really well. I like the Star Guardian theme. I think it's really cool. And yeah, that's why it's number 7. And that's all for this video. I'll have the rest of the list up soon. Of course, this list is completely based on my opinion and my exposure to certain skins, so if I forgot a skin or you disagree, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I can't really make this video as fair as possible just because there are so many skins and I don't have all the exposure I need, but I'd be glad to check them out if you leave them in the comments. So yeah, watch the next video if you want to, subscribe if you like this kind of shit, and peace.